Welcome back to the McFitting Room. Jim McClear here, Golf Digest, top 100 best club fitters 6 times in a row. Where on this channel we talk about golf repairs, golf reviews, golf fittings, and golf opinions. Also, that your scores can go low. Now that we've all gone through all that, if you would, like and subscribe, and that way you get more of the videos when they drop. Callaway Pro irons. Callaway Pro irons. You see me wearing a Callaway hat. Normally it's the McGolf one. Callaway sent me a hat and I told them I had an extra big noggin. And I do. And I've got a nice hat. It fits pretty good. So all those guys that got a big head, they got an XL hat and it works pretty good. And I got a pretty big head. So the Callaway Rogue St Pro iron, right? Everybody's seen all the videos that are out there now. And we're no different. We did a review. It should be up and over here. And there are the Rogue ST Max, the Rogue ST Max OS, and the Rogue ST Pro. All right. Now, not to get into the other ones, the Pro model is a hollow-bodied, blade-looking iron. It has become very popular. This particular category, it used to be the player's distance category was the thing. Well, now they're hollow body irons. And why do we hollow body? Well, it's so that we can incorporate forgiveness into a bladed look. All right, and that's what we're doing. All the companies are pulling one of these out of their pocket, and all of them are doing it. However, we're going to talk about these guys. And thank you to Callaway. They sent me a quick, I think it was a minute long little marketing video. And we're going to break this one down. So let's get started. All right, cup face AI. And now this is the 450i cup face technology. I like cup face technology. Cup face technology is basically, when you see, and you saw it on the little video, is that all the way around, this is a face all the way around and it goes onto the body that's like that. That expands the sweet spot or the area of forgiveness. Not necessarily the sweet spot itself, but the area around it is far more forgiving. The 450 is something new for them. It's a new kind of a steel. However, it also has the AI face, and we keep talking about this. It is the artificial intelligence from the supercomputer that Callaway built. And again, each one of these faces are individually designed for each one of the clubs. So each specific club has a specific thing that it's got to do, hitting it higher, lower, further, whatever. And because of that, and because of the way that's designed, you can get away with being off center and still not, dropping 30 yards. All right. And now the other side of this was, before these guys showed up with the AI, they had hot spots. Yeah, hot spots where you could be hitting a good club and all of a sudden you hit one and it just goes, and it goes way further. I believe this AI face is taking away from that, all right, is making the thing more consistent. And we like that part. All right, tungsten weighting, right? They put the tungsten weighting on the toes so you don't overcook it. And that's pretty much on all of it. So out here is it's a twofer. Number one, there are significant different kinds of weights. Now the tungsten that they use is something that's been boiled in a vat and so that they get we'll call it pure, right? It's a pure form of tungsten so that you don't get any holes, you don't get any defects, that kind of thing. And they mold it to fit into the toe section of the club. And that's so you don't overturn it. Again, this is not made for a beginner, but an average player may be able to use this. And we don't want you, right? And that's what it's for. Also, and this is from a club making perspective, as the whole of the club, if you put it out here, it's going to tend to make it feel a little bit heavier even when it's not. That's just a trick of the trade, guys. That's all it is. But I like it. I like that one. So tungsten's a good thing. We see it in their drivers. We see it in their irons. It lowers centers of gravity. It gets the balls up in the air for the stronger lofts. It also helps you with your ball control. And that's another thing coming. So let's see the next one. Okay, urethane microspheres, right? You know, I've had trouble with this particular one since the very beginning, but once you see a piece of it, you understand. And what they do is they do inject it into the cavity section of the club. In this particular area, right, they inject it into the bottom there. And what's that for? Well, if you didn't have it, this thing would sound and completely, well, like crap. And it would feel probably just as bad. So when they put this in here, these urethane microspheres, basically think of it as, you know, urethane we always think of as something that is very, very hard and very, very, you know, like the skin of the golf ball. Or if you're into woodworking, that finish that you can put on it, it finishes hard. This is a spongy kind of a material, and spongy is a bad word. We think of it as a dense, rubbery kind of material with these teeny-weeny little bitty glass beads in it. And that's so it gives it a little bit of flex. So now you have this AI face with the tungsten in it, and then this is like a cover across the bottom end of it in order for it to feel better. All right, it makes it feel better, it makes it sound better, and that's a fact, right? I've hit bunches of these golf balls with this thing already, and that's a fact. You can tell when you're off, you can tell when you're on, and the feel difference is right there. So it's a good thing that they've put those in there. What's the last one? All right, the last part of it is, and we saw at the beginning, was the finish. It's got that brushed finish on the outside. This gives it the classic blade look. The sole is not butter knife thin. It's actually I like it. It's kind of a what I would call the now traditional look. And if you're a digger, to me it meets the middle. If you're a digger, you're still going to dig, but not quite as much as if it was a butter knife sole. And if you're a picker, that like a butter knife sole that you can get through the turf, you can still get through the turf with this one without the trail end engaging and causing you to flip forward. So a good pick in the width, right? A good pick in the width. Now the other part in this one, and it kind of stumbled on me when I did the original review, was that we found the Rifle 105. Now this is the original rifle kind of flavor. I'm a big rifle fan, have been since the beginning. And I put this in as trying to hit them, and I did pretty good. And I thought, well, I'm gonna get me some, and I did. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go hit them, and we're gonna go see how they worked. Okay, I'm here at Crown Hill, and I'm on number 7, and this is a kind of a dog leg left downhill, and I hit about a 250 shot. I'm not gonna say it was very good or very bad. It's just what it is. But I'm in the middle of the fairway, which is great. Now I've got about 190 to the stick, but it's way downhill. So I'm going to take off about 2 clubs, and we're going to try and throw one out there. Again, we're talking about the Rogue St Pro. I got my 8-iron with me. We're going to see how this is going to work to throw it onto the green. A little open. I lost it somewhat. It's off to the left a little bit. Let's try another one. A little overcorrection there. So the green's safe, but the distances were right, so that one's on me. So, you know, I'm not swinging hard. I threw this thing 196. But downhill, so more of a 170 shot. So nice and easy. I just got to be able to hit them a little bit better. All right, what you see is we're on hole number 8. It's a par 3, 160, but it is all uphill. So it's going to play a couple of yards longer than prescribed for sure. I normally try to take about an extra club here. I'm going to hit my 8-iron yet again for a whole different distance. So I've really been liking these clubs. They're soft. They're going where I want them to go. The distances I need them to go to. So hey, I mean, what can you not like? I think I'm going to like that one too. I'm on the green somewhere, so let's go find out. Well, like they say, sun shines on a dog's butt. On the green, we'll call it pin high. Always got to fix the divot. And always try to find somebody else's to fix, because they're all over here. All right, this is a severely back to front slope, so it's going to go way out and way down. This easily has 2 or 3 foot of break. So we're going to throw it up to the right hand side here and try and just bring it in close. Get over there, get over there, get over there. There we go. Not enough mustard, but by golly, I'm close. I'll take a tap in for a 2 or for a 3. Booyah. The Rogue Pros, you know, aren't necessarily that, I mean, they're pro irons, what they will say, but I don't know if they're necessarily so difficult as the look would prescribe. It's a hollow body iron. I mean, it's probably a little more forgiving on the inside, but as you can see, I'm missing. I'm not hitting them solid just yet, but they're still doing what I want them to do. And man, they're really working. And it's easy to swing. They're easy to get done. And it's making for some pars. So I'd recommend them. So we made it back into the shop. You got to see what was going on out in the course. I actually shot a pretty good round today, 76, 238, right down the mark. Now, when you do something like that, it's just not one thing. It's not just the iron, it's not just the driver, not just the putter, it's the combination in order to make it all go. However, when it gets down to the stretch, I tend to lose the iron just a little bit, tend to lose the putter just a little bit, and in this instance, I didn't, although a couple 3-putts, just one on each side. Anyway, but this is about the irons. So, are we good enough to hit the Rogue Pro? Are we good enough to hit this guy right here? Right? Let's put something on. There we go. Are we good enough to hit him? Well, I guess the answer is yes, right? Now, when I see these types of videos out here, it really gives me cause for concern from a fitter's point of view, because all these golf clubs get put into different categories. Super game improvement, players distance. I mean, there's a dozen of them, right? Why do you have to put yourself in this category? Because, as I've said many times before, the best answer in golf is it depends, right? It depends. It depends on you. It depends on your eye. It depends on your athletic ability. It depends on your skill level. It depends on the years that you've been playing. It depends on, you know, if you have a medical issue. There's all kinds of depends out there. Now, I have seen ultra beginners pick up a blade and absolutely stripe it. I've also seen guys that have been playing 25 years and can't handle it. So, I mean, there it is. It depends. So, the Rogue St Pro, right? It is a hollow body iron, very forgiving. You get to see where all the weight's low into the body, so you get that nice launching area out of it, and that's what I was finding. I hit a high ball anyway, and it was launching just fine, and it was landing very, very soft. I mean, it was just exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, I had plenty of opportunities on mishits as well, and I didn't get too penalized with them. I do like that. The other part is the rifle. You know, I can say the rifle's back. I've always been a rifle guy, so it's not a big deal for me. But certainly give the Rifle 105 a try if you're in that category of shaft. You want a little bit higher flight, don't mind the 105 weight. This thing's working. I've put it in a few other clubs for Callaway during some other fittings that we've done. So yeah, don't be afraid. If you're an average ball striker, you still might do okay with these things. They have a very low offset, so if you're a guy that can't get the club face closed, this might be problematic. However, you know, it's worth the try. Don't shy away from it just because it looks like a blade. Give it a shot. You very well may find out this might be for you. All right, so again, hey, thanks for watching the very first, well, we'll call it a club review on the course to an extent from McGolf. And let me know what you think. And as always, let's see your scores. Go low.